Well, here we go, folks. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 final, and it is between Spain and Argentina. Spain, the red, attacking the basket to the right, winning the opening tip. Here, Oriola, I guess, the surprise starter. Keep an eye on him. He's a talent. Ricky Rubio drifts close, and you say, you're going to give it to me? He takes it, but misses. And D'Elia with the rebound.
Well, look at this matchup right now. Rubio and Campasso. And Scola Gasol, another one to look out for.
Rudy Fernandez still making huge plays for Spain on both ends of the court. There he is on the baseline. Juancho Hernangomez with the rebound. Shot clock winding down. Oriola, got it! That was a two. How about that?
Well, Oriola gets the scoring underway here. We anticipate the defensive intensity to be at an all-time high. Nothing will be easy tonight. There's another rebound for Gasol. Of course, Campasso matching up with some of his Real Madrid teammates.
Rubio left open. And Ricky Rubio drills it.
Again, we've talked about this throughout the tournament, his improved scoring and also his willingness to take those shots.
And Garino has it knocked out of his hands by Oriola. Gasol for three! And it's a 7-0 lead for Spain.
Dream start right now for Spain. Argentina, they're usually the first ones to throw the first punch, essentially. And Spain comes out swinging here.
Well, perhaps we underestimate the defense that Spain plays. Brasino with a little runner.
That's a good sign for him. He's been somewhat struggling these last couple of games. Now, you mentioned Spain's defense. They come in second best in the tournament, allowing just 69 points per game. Obviously, Argentina third best defensively, so not too far behind, but it is not easy to score against the Spaniards.
And feeling the contact, Rubio puts it up. The push called. Watch Campasso. Well, that was Gasol's three. And Rubio sinks the first.
Rubio actually the leading scorer for the Spanish team at 16 points per game. And he's still giving you the 6+ assists as well. So really taking on that mantle as a go-to player.
Campasso. And he was short. Doesn't look quite as comfortable tonight here in the first couple minutes. Here's Rudy Fernandez. And that was an air ball and fell right into the hands of Juancho Hernangomez, and he puts it up and is fouled as well, so he'll go to the line.
Hernangomez, one of those X factors for Spain at any given moment, could light it up. And it's an early timeout for Argentina as nothing going right so far, especially on this side of the floor.
So Hernangomez plays in the NBA, trying to help his country win the Naismith Trophy. Gets the three-point play and takes their lead up to 10, its biggest of the game.
Argentina hasn't been in this situation too much this tournament. They've pretty much been ahead the entire time against every team.
Oh, quick pass, and Hernangomez knew it was coming. Rubio into the paint, Oriola. And that'll be Argentina possession after a foul on Rubio.
Box out there by Campasso. Rubio with a push in the back. You mentioned the other night, his technical foul kind of got Spain going.
Got him going, definitely. Good hands. You know, that passing game from Argentina has been so precise, so concise, but tonight has been disrupted.
Well, Spain has a lot of length on the floor. Even Hernan Gomez, 6'9", 2'5".
Campazzo puts up a three.
We talked about his magic. Hasn't quite found it just yet here in the first quarter.
Spain had to go to 2 overtimes to beat Australia. Now Oriola has it. And they are piling on the pressure.
How about that pass from Gasol? Campasso pushes the tempo.
And Scola gets it down low. And a lot of size down there for Spain.
All those shots were falling for Argentina in the last couple of games. Just rimming out.
That last final in 2006 that Spain played in, they rolled out to a big early lead against Greece and never turned back. And at first they thought it was going to be a foul, but the referee says the ball was hit out of bounds and not a foul on Garino.
It's a good foul. I mean, a good block by Garino, but I think they're arguing that Gasol touched it after.
Well, he did get him on the arm, in fact. He's probably lucky to get away without the, you see right there.
Yeah. It's called evening it out.
Good, strong rebound from Scola. They need him to play as big as possible tonight. Brusino, that's good. The three-pointer. Well, he's got some NBA experience with Dallas. And Manu Ginobili looking on, along with a host of other big names of the past. I'm sure we'll be catching a glimpse of some of the others as well. Gasol takes it down low, and another stop. Now Campazzo.
If you haven't had a chance to watch Argentina play, do not expect them to ever stop playing hard. They are relentless.
Brusino again. He's been quiet the last few games, and this is the perfect time for him. They need somebody to step up.
Well, legends are made in the biggest moments, and Brusino, who only is averaging 4.6 points per game, already with 8, all 8 here for Argentina.
Those are huge shots from Brusino. Now here is the foul that was just called on Garino. And Rudy Fernandez takes a break, and Sergio Llull comes in, or Yui, as some are apt to call him. Here is Rubio driving in, battling for the ball. It's Gasol who goes up and can't get it to go. D'Elia can't get it back. Boy, Gasol looks like a giant in there. Here he is taking the three, rims out, and Campazzo comes up with the basketball. Now Garino, and a charge called on Garino.
Garino has to be careful here. The referee's very patient. That's his second foul as well. It did look like Llull was moving, although it was a good job of just taking the contact. There you can see in the background some of the faces.
Well, I mean, I think we both saw that Garino on a previous trip probably got away with a foul on Marc Gasol, so these things have a way of evening out. Llull. Great defense from Campazzo, and now he's got a chance to go in. Llull gets back and tries to stop his Real Madrid teammate, but he does not. And look at this. Argentina have battled back.
Well, check out the fake behind the back pass that froze Llull. And Campazzo so electrifying in the open court.
Look at those Argentina fans behind their bench. They are roaring. Now Rubio gets inside. He misses. Now Brusino quickly up to Garino. And he gets blocked by Juancho Hernan Gomez.
Hey, once again, Juancho making plays defensively. You gotta love the hustle. But Argentina starting to find the rhythm in transition. The perfect chase down.
That's the right play, but if you know Aaron Gomez is there, you got to go up strong with two hands, or you got to try to go for a reverse layup or something.
Or pump fake, stop. I don't know, but Juancho says Juan no. Oh my goodness.
Nutmegs, Gasol, Scola from the right. Well, that would have been, that still might be on the highlight reel.
Just how quickly he's able to make those decisions, though. Has so much fun out there.
I'm not even sure that Gasol knows that's what's happened. Here is Rubio. Oh, that was a little bit hard. Gabriel Deck, meanwhile, is checked into the game. Number 14 gives Argentina perhaps a little bit more beef on the boards. Good read by Rubio. Well, they leave Campazzo open. Yule in the open floor, 3-on-3. Takes it all the way. Battling for the ball. Rubio hands it off to Yule.
Yeah, Rubio was a bit shaken up on that last play. Spain fortunate to have Sergio Yule on the floor as well as another ball handler.
Well, his pass a little too high. Now 3-on-1 break, 3-on-2 as Spain gets back, and Deck hangs in the air and he scores. Gabriel Deck.
Hey, we've seen Scola push the fast break and finish on his own. This time unselfishly pass here to Deck, who finishes before hitting the deck.
Well, Gabriel Deck brings some fresh impetus now. Sergio Hernandez feeling clearly much better about things. It didn't look good at the start for Argentina, but those Brasino shots have really made a difference. Nicola Lapro Vitola has checked in, and Deck completes the three-point play.
Yeah, Deck is so important to this team. I mean, he's a third leading scorer, even though he comes off the bench. Plays starters minutes.
Delia back in the game as well. Aaron Gomez, Willie Aaron Gomez. And now Pau Ribas hits it from the three. He's just entered the contest, along with Willie Aaron Gomez Goya, number 14.
Well, you imagine the bench is going to be so significant here tonight, considering all the emotion and the energy that starters will exert.
Delia trapped down low, turns it over. Good defense. Victor Claver, yet another substitution for Spain has come in. Here he is. And Brasino called for the foul.
Yeah, not a smart foul that far away from the basket. And you're putting a good shooter, Ribas, on the free throw line.
Well, Ribas, it was before FIBA Eurobasket 2017, getting ready with Spain, that he suffered a serious knee injury and had to go through the whole rehab process, but he's come back strong, and here he is. Lucas Vildoza, meanwhile, if you don't know him, you better know him, because you will know him. He's a player.
Yeah, Vildoza, one of those guys who can really break the game open, similar to how Brasino just did. Vildoza has the capability of knocking down back-to-back threes.
Pau Ribas sinks both, and now the lead goes back to 6 points. Vitola. Pass, a difficult one to catch for Scola, who's not had it his way at all. And Aaron Gomez, Goya goes in for the dunk.
Well, Willie's been quiet the last couple of games as well, but he still provides a lot of size, rebounding, and his ability to run the floor and finish on display. Of course, Hernan Gomez from the Charlotte Hornets.
Deck fouled by Ribas, sensing the mismatch size-wise. Real Madrid on Barcelona. Look at this.
Gets the steal on one end. And watch the way he runs the floor straight down the middle, coming into your TV lit screens. Nobody stopping in transition. Sky high.
Cuts the deficit back to 7. for Argentina. Oh, it's a little harsh. A little hard off the back of the iron. Yule taking on La Provitola, drives in and scores with the left hand.
La Provitola trying to put the ball pressure the entire possession and just couldn't sustain it. Yule so good with the dribble.
And good block. I think it was Hernan Gomez.
Indeed.
And Spain now with a chance to extend their lead again with the last shot here in the first quarter. And you know what Yule's like when he's got that opportunity. He usually converts. Here he is, a three. And La Provitola takes the ball, hurls it up the floor. Well, Argentina recovered, but then Spain kind of reasserted themselves. Their quality depth really evident here in the first quarter, and they lead it 23-14 over Argentina. So Argentina starting with possession, and La Provitola
probably could have hit Scola on the roll.
And good job, La Provitola, but Steve Anderson right there says he stepped out of bounds. Yule attacking. Good job, Deck. So far, Spain have neutralized the impact of Scola. And here is a hold on Rivas. It's foul number 2 on him.
See the foul there. Argentina, again, still trying to establish that rhythm. You know, this is their 14th World Cup. And that was their second lowest opening first quarter scoring ever.
This pass to Scola, and charge called on Scola.
See Scola arguing his case. Well, he lowered the shoulder. Rivas, great job moving his feet defensively. Takes the contact right in the chest. That is good defense. Could have been a no call as well.
Scola coming up. Trying to knock the ball away. Rivas short. And extra effort from Rudy. Knocks it away from Vildoza.
Yet another offensive rebound. I believe that's 7. Good
shot
defense from Vildoza.
And good hands. Rudy has to launch it. He does get it off in time, and it hits off the rim. Claver now with the rebound. Rivas.
Well, the pressure defense that we've seen from Argentina throughout the tournament.
We get our first little niggling episode here with Scola and Rivas.
See La Provitola right there. Left hand reaches in. Knocks Rivas down.
Fernandez.
Oh, yes.
Well, you get 2 or 3 chances, you're gonna get a basket.
Footwork to get that shot off though by Rudy.
Deck. 1 and out for Argentina, who trail again by 12 points, their largest deficit of the game. Fernandez gets it.
Oh, what a move.
Gomez. How about that?
That's straight out of Marc Gasol. Pau Gasol, work shot. Hernan Gomez coming alive here in the final. Finally.
Well, it's been a good night so far for the Charlotte Hornets. Nick Batum and now Hernan Gomez. Look at this.
That's Hakeem Olajuwon-esque.
So Scola comes out, Vildoza comes out. As we look at all the smiles on the faces of the Spaniards who have doubled Argentina up, 28-14.
Well, if this last third-place game taught us anything, is no lead is insurmountable. Australia with a 15-point lead in that one, and La Privatora can't knock down the 3.
Fernandez again. Get it! And Spain off and running, up 17 points. And we're seeing Rudy Fernandez now in all his glory. And what a finish from La Provitola.
Wow, the finger roll. Nice move there.
Yes. Rubio, good hands by Campasso. Brusino crosses midcourt, gets it to Campasso.
After mismatch, get another switch.
Deck is going to try to take Fernandez over to La Provitola. Delia with the rebound, back outside to Campasso. La Provitola, that's another one.
Oh, confidence there from Nicolas La Provitola. Missed the first one, got a second chance. Campasso feeding him on the wing.
Rudy hands it off to Willie. Hernan Gomez and back to Rubio. And that's on Brusino. That is number 3. So 3 fouls on Brusino. Hayup is going to come in. Look at that. Kobe Bryant on the left, Tony Park on the right. It's a pretty good group of players watching the game here courtside tonight that would, I'm guessing they could still get it done if they went out there. Yeah. Speaking of Hornets, Tony Parker.
Yeah, you see Tony Parker, Kobe Bryant drafted obviously by the Hornets. Keep it going.
There you go.
Also, I think Chris Bosh down there. Derrick Rose as well. Of course, Manu Ginobili. That's not a bad 5.
And driving in the charge called on Ricky Rubio.
Yep, used the elbow to clear out the space. Take a look here. Strong move, though, by Rubio. Thought he had the N1. It's waved off, and he gets called for the foul. So that's 2 on Rubio. He'll come out. But Spain brings Sergio Yul right back in.
Well, you really got to salute Spain's defense right now. I mean, they have really shut Argentina. They've made life very difficult for them, shall we say.
That's 33% shooting for Argentina.
La Provitola, it's good. Boy, he is single-handedly bringing him back.
He's got the last 7 points for Argentina. So Brusino and La Privatora providing the scoring punch with Campasso and Scola struggling.
Yule uses the glass. Quick pass to Delia. He couldn't control it.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for that one.
And Gomez thought about launching it. Now here he is down low, and he's fouled by Ferreira.
Fjellerup, the youngest player in this final, 21 years of age. You see him just swiping down on Willy Hernan Gomez.
Interesting how certain players are better for certain games. I mean, Willy Hernan Gomez, we didn't really see too much of him in the semifinal. And here he is making two.
That's despite the fact that it was a double overtime game, but it seemed like Marc Gasol just was refusing to come out of that one.
I don't think they could afford to take him out the way he was playing. And La Provitola, great moves, but the finish not there. And Gomez gets it over to Yule. Yule seems to be playing back to his best. He didn't have a great start to the tournament, but more and more influential. Zigging and zagging. Claver now. And then Gomez. And now Claver is fouled. No, it's going to be Argentina basketball.
Substitution for Argentina. Move the bench to number 10, Máximo Fierro. And back in the game, number 4, Luis Escola.
So Scola back.
Still scoreless. Does have 3 rebounds. By this point, the other night already had a double-double, it seemed.
Campazzo, they left him open. Here he is. D'Elia rolling to the basket. Now Hernandez wanting some full court pressure. And looks like the team forgot to do it. Provitola chasing Ribas. And Ribas, well, thought he was going to pass it. Oh, and that's an unsportsmanlike on Ribas and his number 3. And he didn't want to foul him. He just kind of very cleverly, Campazzo, kind of slowed up and got tripped up.
Oh, this could be a huge moment in the game here. Campazzo, a little bit winded, but you see there, gets the steal, gets up ahead, and then gets tripped up by Ribas.
So it's 2 shots and possession.
Yeah, it's an easy call for the referees. We almost had a clear path to the hoop.
Huge opportunity for Argentina, who were really struggling. And they also get Ribas out of the game with 3 fouls. Campazzo back to a 10-point deficit. Oh, what a joy it is to be sitting here in Beijing and watching the final of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Here's Campazzo. Provitola puts up another 3. That's short. And D'Elia complaining that he was held by Gasol.
Gasol got a nice long rest.
Fernandez for 3. That's off to the left again. Great pass by Gasol. Did you see that?
Oh, the nice
now
pass
up ahead to the break and Deck for 2 hands. Throws it down.
Well, 4-point swing. Gasol almost having the highlight pass. Instead, it's Campazzo who gets the assist up to Deck.
And the Argentinians are singing again. Rudy drives in, puts it up off the glass. We're seeing A-star Rudy tonight.
Definitely 8 points. Leading the way alongside Rusino.
Real Madrid teammates. Here's La Provitola, fouled by Yule. So free throws coming. Spain over the limit. And 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Boy, what a recovery.
See the vision there Transition defense yet again for Spain. And Deck running the floor. His activity so crucial to Argentina. He's got 6 points. So how can they get Scola involved in this one?
Provitola has had some big games for all the clubs that he's played for in his career. Flamengo, for example. He loves the big games.
Provitola, the second oldest player, 29 years of age for Argentina. That's 10 years younger than Scola.
Yule gets in the paint. Talia flies in.
Easy. Here we go.
Deck. And pass to Talia, knocked away. Oriola saved it to Gasol.
It's the second time we've seen that exact turnover. Deck looking for Delia, forcing the issue.
Pass to Oriola. What a finish.
It's back up to 10.
Campazzo. And fouled by Rudy.
The foul situation for Spain, something to monitor. Obviously, Ribas
his
has 3.
Free throws coming.
That Oriola finish, but Ribas has 3. Rubio has 2 alongside Yule with 2. So both point guards for Spain have to be a little bit more careful defensively.
Rubio back in.
How about La Provitola already taken 10 shots in his first half? And with Campazzo and Scola combining 1 for 8, you understand why someone feels the need to step up, but they really need to force feed Scola and let him get going here. He needs to see the ball go down before the break.
There's a colorful crowd here tonight, enjoying the title game of this World Cup. Pass by Fernandez out to Juancho. Hernan Gomez, who flies in and banks it in.
Hey, that's just fundamental Spanish basketball. Ball goes in, kicked back out. And nice little kiss off the glass.
Campazzo for 3. Front back of the rim. Stays out. Now the handoff to Rubio. Beautiful give and go.
Yeah, Rubio lost Campazzo there. Strong cut, dive to the basket.
Deck takes the contact.
So they call that one on Juancho. See Deck gets around and that little left hand push in the back of Deck knocks him off balance. Gasol
thought it was on him. Deck at the line.
Second consecutive miss for Deck from the strike.
And this is another one.
I think he's just tired at this point.
Yeah, it was a bit of a flat attempt here in the final minute. Spain back up by 12. They're just relentless. Good pass over to Rudy. Oriola hands it back off to Rudy. Now Gasol for 3. Rudy Fernandez rebounds. And Scola collects it and gives it to Campazzo. New look pass intercepted by Juancho. Hernan Gomez.
And now the best decision there is the time, shot clock, and game clock were pretty much even. Now he gives Spain a chance for a final possession.
Love the camera angles. Keep it going, rail cam. And Rubio.
Third foul.
Wow. With 3 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, Campasso is a phenomenal defender. Moves his feet so quickly. And that's a coach's, that's the fundamentals again. Just slide, stay in front.
It's a big call because Pau Ribas has 3 fouls. Now Rubio has 3 fouls.
And Yule has 2.
Now the final 3 seconds of the first half. Campasso gets it to deck, then he takes it right back. Puts it up, and it was a good try. Every possession is priceless. Spain looking imperious tonight, folks, but Argentina's still with a shout, no doubt. It's Spain on top, 43-31 at halftime. Saw Rudy Fernandez attempting to become 2-time world champions. Rubio avoids Campasso. Spain start with possession here at the half, and Campasso reaches in, comes up with a steal.
That's his 4th steal, despite not scoring. So good.
Vildosa started here, and now a quick foul called on Spain. 2 fouls now on Oriola.
Gavino, another one of those guys who just wasn't able to get it going. Need his shooting alongside Vildosa's.
Vildosa gets in the paint, takes the bump, very cleverly invites the contact, and goes to the line.
It's a great sight for him. 91% free throw shooter in this World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. The way he went up, Vildosa's head caught Rudy's mouth. Vildosa makes the first. Only played 4 minutes in the first half. Interesting that he gets to start here, and that cuts it to a 10-point deficit.
Well, here comes the backcourt pressure from Argentina. They want to speed up the game.
Rubio probes. Argentina got a hand on that. Gasol goes to work on D'Elia. Turns and draws the foul. And what we saw against Australia was Gasol making free throw after free throw after free throw.
Yeah, he's so hard to stop down there, especially when he's able to establish that position. He still has that kind of a wide body that's hard to get in front of. He's also so smart. And the commentators curse not on that one. Nearly.
Scola had to get something, a Band-Aid or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, he kept running back right when Gasol was in the motion of the free throw. And Gasol makes again. I don't think I've seen him miss a free throw the last couple of games.
He's at 76% for the tournament. A lot of those misses came in the earlier rounds.
Campasso gets blocked. And a great block is when you get possession, and Spain did. Rubio. Fernandez open, that's off to the left. And boy, Hernan Gomez was boxed out, but was able to, with his length, get his hands on the ball.
Marc Gasol, former Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA. Again, preventing Campasso to really get going. 1 of 8 now. Great pass.
Big pass to Oriola. Oh, too hard, but Rubio was there for the follow.
Marc Gasol, especially that high post where you can see pretty much everything on the floor. Makes a great decision. It leads to a Rubio putback.
Scola for 3. 15-point advantage.
Hands up, hands up.
Big ask for D'Elia. Taking on Gasol before the shot.
Take a look, the foul committed right there. Gasol doesn't put the ball back down. Switches to the left hand, but no basket.
Well, that's a very difficult assignment. Scola trying to force the turnover. Rubio goes off one leg.
He's trying to draw the foul.
Interesting place to draw the foul that far away from the basket.
There's the force feed.
Scola takes it down low, and great rebound again by Gasol. Scola wanting to get some contact fouls. Here it is again, this time the pass to Juancho, and he's fouled by Garino.
Easy, Scola. Easy. Easy, easy. Easy. Yeah, I know. Hey, that's it. That's enough.
Well, you see the referee giving the warning to Scola after the great execution for Spain. Cross screen to free up Juancho. And then Garino commits his third foul. So timeout on the floor.
Spain perfect at the free throw line, always an important stat. 10 of 10.
Really?
Well, I didn't want to jinx it, but just stating the facts. And the 1-of-2 effort leaves them with a 15-point lead. Vildoza back to Scola. Now Campazzo.
Oh, Rubio took a shot from Scola.
D'Elia blocked by Gasol. Clear advantage for Spain, having Gasol going up against D'Elia. We're seeing it on both ends of the court. Here he is. And the bounce pass in the basket takes it up to a 17-point lead.
Well, they're running a clinic now. Going through Gasol pretty much on every possession, and Campazzo getting into it repeatedly with Rubio. A little extracurricular activity between those two. And it's actually taking Campazzo out of his game a little bit.
So this foul on Oriola is only the first? No, it's the third. Vildoza under pressure.
See Rubio happy to just take his time, bringing the ball to the floor. They leave.
Quick pass
Juancho.
open. Juancho, Aaron and Gomez. Spain are flying and threatening to deliver an early KO.
Well, that's inexcusable. Just not knowing who you're guarding defensively. And they leave Juancho wide open as D'Elia misses again underneath.
Yeah, D'Elia just really finding it difficult to compete against this man right here, Gasol, who now comes down and misses the three. Garino.
They need something for the momentum.
Vildoza puts it up. Rubio, quick move, alertly puts up the shot, thinking he might get free throws. D'Elia is going to come out.
Well, watch here, two guys guarding Gasol, Garino and D'Elia. That leaves Juancho wide open. No one even within 5 feet of him. Rubio, obviously, the right man to deliver the pass.
There's Bogdanovic watching the game. Could end up being on the All-Star 5 later. Wouldn't be surprised.
Mr. Automatic, one of the leading scorers of the tournament. Serbia finishing 5th. Oh, give and go.
Oh, they are putting on a clinic.
Once again, high post. Gasol knows what the play to make is almost every time, whether it's shoot, pass, dribble, screen. See it just give and go. Simple basketball, but it's also Spanish basketball.
Simple, traditional, basics. If you can master the basics, you've got pretty good advantage.
Es lo mismo. Lo mismo que compré contra él, compré con usted.
And he completes the three-point play. Rubio and Spain right now have a vice-like grip on proceedings.
And you know what's crazy? It's Rubio's the first player in double figures for Spain, yet they're already up 22. Just such balance.
Dick from the corner. The three is good.
Can that get this team going? Still plenty of time.
Now the turnover, Vildoza. And Rubio took some contact, goes down. Argentina swarming, they get it back. A lot of contact, not called. Campasso hits the three. And Rubio, quite rightly, I think it's going to come up to the ref and just say, wasn't there a little bit of contact there that should have been called?
Well, what a 6-0 run for Argentina. Coming at the right time. 2 threes. And it's also Campasso's first long-range jump shot, only his second made field goal.
Campazzo tonight, 9 points. That was his first three. He also has 3 assists. And the only thing that this Argentina team to do is just create some havoc on defense and try to get some easy looks. And they've got to make shots. Vildoza. Now Yule, so Yule will go to the line. Chris Bosh amongst the spectators tonight. And Spain continue to pour in the points from the free throw line.
Just can't believe Escola is still scoreless.
Campasso.
Oh, big screen, Gaizzi.
Yep. Lays out on Yule, who takes the shot to the side of the head. Well, he got him with the shoulder. Well, I guess you got to take a few shots like that if you're going to win a world title.
Gaizzi and Gasol battling for inside position.
So now 2 shots for Marc Gasol. It's a problem that they simply are not going to have an answer to unless they double team. And even then, it might not be an answer. Oh, that's a rare sight. Gasol missing a free throw. At least he drilled them all against Australia. Takes his time and makes the second.
Curious to see who's going to guard Gasol now for Argentina. It's either going to have to be Scola or Deck. You imagine Spain will continue to feed their big man.
Vildoza thinks about going in. Pau Ribas back into the game. Deck. His pass knocked away. Claver comes up with it. Claver turns, puts up a tough shot at the line, but he's got the quality, and he knocks it in.
That's his first field goal. Hasn't had to do much.
Scola gets the foul called on Gasol. Well, we might see some points on the board now from Scola.
And the left arm came, reached around, wrapped him around the bodies. You see the Claver, good footwork, will pivot, turnaround jumper. Fans loving it.
Well, you see Claver out there, you see Rivas, you see Yule. They've all overcome big-time injuries.
Yeah, Yule missed the Eurobasket with a torn ACL.
Those are the kids of Luis Scola. Look at that. And I think the wife on the far left. It's funny seeing him going up there and celebrating the other night, and all of a sudden you saw these kids pop out with Scola shirts.
First 2 points for Scola, and they come at the free throw line. Still 0-5 from the field.
Yule. Wow. They are a machine-like.
Well, just think about the fact they bring that man off the bench. Any team would be happy to have Sergio Yule as the starting point guard.
Well, yeah, and he's going to help Scola up now. I mean, Yule could easily start. He's got so many starters in his team, he has to bring them off the bench. Lilian Gomez Goya comes in. Gasol goes out. So the Hernan Gomez brothers on the court at the same time. This will be a memorable moment for their family, just like we've seen in the past with Los Gasols on the court at the same time.
Yeah, Spain take the meaning of brotherhood to another level.
Again, gets to the line and makes the first and the second. Don't underestimate this performance by Spain. I mean, Argentina beat Serbia, they beat France. In the semifinal to get here. Serbia in the quarterfinals. Yule. Hernan Gomez, and he gets a couple of free throws. Foul called on La Provitola. Ricky Rubio looking on. Not having the same impact on tonight's game as he has throughout this tournament, but it hasn't needed to be just him tonight.
Right, and he's still their leading scorer. 11 points, as you see a couple of Chinese celebrities in the building. Yeah, he's got 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists.
20-point lead. All you can do if you're Argentina is keep playing hard. Pass to Scola. Gets blocked by Claver. They just keep coming at him in waves. Spain, their defense has just been impressive. Yule has it knocked out of his hands by La Provitola. La Provitola has it knocked out of his hands, but it goes to deck, and then he gets blocked by Hernan Gomez.
Oh, they're blocking shots left and right.
And center.
And what is it called, Jeff?
Height. It's called the Great Wall in China. The Great Wall of Spanish defenders.
So it's a 20-point lead for Spain. Again, they came in as the second best defensive team in the World Cup, allowing just 69 points per game. You see why. It's a struggle
Juancho Gomez. Oh, they dodged that. See if they can shave some points off this deficit. Give themselves a chance in the fourth quarter. Brasino gets it back to Scola, takes the bump, and that's going to count. That was on the way down. Oh, he's saying it was on the way up. I thought it was on the way down.
Scola can't catch a break here.
Here it is again. Watch this. It was more on the way up, wasn't it?
We'll get another look. Yeah. It's a fair call.
It's a great block and a great call by the Brazilian referee.
Well, Spain already with 6 blocks.
Thank goodness for the free throw line for Scola, because he's struggling to get points otherwise. He's got all 5 at the line. Some full court pressure here. Break it easily. So back to an 18-point deficit now. Spain with fuel. Fernandez drives in. Oh boy, beautiful stuff from Rudy Fernandez.
Came to play here today. Joins Rubio in double digits now at 10.
And now La Provitola draws the foul. And then the Mamma Mia comes from Spain's Italian coach, Sergio Scariolo. Here it is again. Well, he got him a little bit on the right wrist, in fact. And that's looks of frustration there for Argentina as they find it tough to get anything against Spain.
Vitola, their leading scorer, 10 points for him. And they're going to try to put full court pressure.
So physical, so strong base, strong legs, great shooter. They play Brasino. And Rudy goes in and really takes the punishment. And Scola's going to try to help him up. I tell you, I hope you appreciate Rudy Fernandez. I mean, I don't think he gets enough credit for everything that he has done in his career. He has been there for all the great times. Amazing player.
Yeah, Rudy Fernandez.
Especially for Spain. Look at him.
Scola just making sure that he doesn't get a shot off. A hard fall.
Fernandez has had back injuries that he's dealt with. And of course, his time in the NBA, you know, never shied away from the contact. They loved him in Portland.
Yep, was involved in the All-Star Weekend a few times, both as a dunker and a three-point shooter, just to show you his versatility and athleticism. He's had an incredible career at Real Madrid.
And before that, Badalona. I think Scola might have some blood that he needs to get seen to on his left leg. So it's going to be Campasso that comes back into the game. So the substitutes height and experience with speed. Oh yeah, he's got like a floor burn. He's got his haven't seen to Vildosa. 19-point lead for Spain. Throws it right into the hands of Rudy. Plenty of time for you-know-who to go to work. Sergio Llull. Gets in the paint, puts it up, and at least Argentina survived that last basket, but it's all Spain right now, folks. Number 2 in the FIBA World Ranking, going for their second world title, and their second since 2006. Against a very good Argentina team. Spain right now on top, 66-47.
Okay.
It is an amazing country when it comes to basketball, and we're seeing it yet again tonight. Spain on top by 19 points heading to the fourth quarter. Scola, Campazzo, La Provitola, Brusino, and Deck in the game for Argentina. Here's Campazzo. Back to Deck. And he takes it all the way. And Ginobili says, just keep fighting, guys. Not sure what Oscar said since he's Brazilian. Maybe fellow South American, he's pulling for them. You never know.
Shot clock winding down.
Llull puts it up from a long way out. And I thought it hit the rim.
No, they're calling a foul on Hernan Gomez.
All right, okay.
Went over the back of La Provitola.
Scariolo appealing for a foul to have been called as Llull got rid of it there. Okay, yeah, that was a good call, right? Coming over the back. So that is, how many fouls is that? Anyway, and now found Ribas fouling La Provitola. Goes up to check on him.
2 quick fouls in the first minute for Spain.
These guys go out. You know why the crowds are good in Spain when it comes to watching basketball, don't you? I mean, they have some very good basketball there.
Without question.
Scola spent so many years at Baskonia in Vitoria. The Basque Country. Here is La Provitola, and the block by Willy Hernan Gomez.
Yeah, he lets them know about it as well. Hernan Gomez really making a difference here defensively.
I hope MJ is watching this. Now, good defense. Paver able to get it to Rudy Fernandez. And Fernandez fouled by Campazzo.
Yeah, Campazzo has found himself arguing a few calls here tonight. You see the block once again. Hernan Gomez just smacking it off the backboard. That's now the 7th block to go with 9 steals. 3 blocks alone for Hernan Gomez.
Llull dumps it there, Hernan Gomez. Turns, puts it up. Well, you talk about the new generation of Spain. That's going to be part of it right there. Scola steps into a three-pointer, no. And Brusino picks up foul number 4. Oh no, it's going to be foul in Spain.
Yeah, Brusino might have had just the inside position.
So the foul was on Juancho Hernan Gomez. It's his 3rd.
See that Bruce? Oh no, Juancho did have the inside track, but he used that right arm to kind of clear out space from Brusino.
So much goes on in there. Sometimes hard to figure out who it is. Spain certainly thought the foul was on Argentina. La Provitola and Rudy Fernandez. Even the guards are rebounding well for Spain. Rubio back in.
Well, 4 different players for Spain have 7 rebounds. That tells you alone how much they're dominating the glass.
Argentina in a race against time right now. He stops in points. And Campazzo called for the foul on Rubio. But I've got to be honest. Rubio has not gotten some calls tonight. So he's owed 1 or 2.
Well, that left forearm.
Yep, and he got him.
Rubio selling it extremely well.
Good play by La Provitola, getting it right back. Puts up a 3! They're not going to quit, folks. They're not giving up. La Provitola.
Oh, that's off Rubio's knee.
Great defense. Was it Deck that forced the turnover? Well, La Provitola has been sensational. Look at him chasing the ball and then putting up the 3.
Here's Deck inside.
And now Argentina have cut the deficit to 14.
Well,
still a long way back, but you never know.
Complete team effort from Spain, but now they have to put the game away. These next few minutes, Argentina, chance to fight all the way back.
So Rubio going up against Campazzo. Scola guarding Gasol. Yule, shot clock down to 2. He's got to launch it. He does get it off. Here comes Campazzo now for Argentina. And takes some contact. Was going for the 3-point play, but he'll have to settle for 2 free throws.
That really would have got the Spanish fans nervous if that would have fallen for the and 1. It's 4 fouls now on Juancho Hernan-Gomez, and just when you thought the fans were taken out of the game, here comes Argentina.
Look at what he's going up against. Hernan-Gomez and Gasol. You can't help but applaud these guys. Just love the effort from both of these teams tonight. 10 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, make it 11 points now. Yule trapped. Can he get rid of it? He does indeed to Rubio. Goes off one leg. Oh boy, that was clutch.
Yeah, Rubio's really good at going left and jumping off 1 foot. See, he works on that shot.
La Provitola. The follow. Is it going to count? Is it a 2? Yes, it is. They say that he touched it.
Well, Deck once again making the hustle plays.
He just passed La Provitola now as the game's leading scorer. $15 points for Deck. Yule explodes to the basket. What a tough move. And Scola's wife, Senora Scola, not happy. 2 fouls on Scola.
Well, you see the elbows making contact with each other. And Oriola loves it.
I'll tell you, Yule is just the ultimate competitor. Fearless. Taking it back to 15 now, the lead. La Provitola going right at Yule, and he's fouled by Yule with a little bit of a hand check.
One thing though, just the
4
players,
fouls on Yule.
on every whistle, the players seem to just be talking back to the referees. Guys, you're fouling, plain and simple.
Well, Yule comes out, Ribas back in. Ooh. Well, they had to miss eventually. He's now 4 of 5 from the line. 20 of 24 overall for Argentina. Sensational performance from La Provitola, 15 points.
Yep, the bench scoring, the one thing keeping Argentina in the game. 32 points from the bench.
Hernan Gomez from the left. Beautiful stroke. That was a dagger, folks. Scola under and finally scores.
That's nearly off Rubio. Another deflection from Campasso. Scola finally his first field goal, 1 of 8.
Look at this.
A scoop underneath Gasol's arm.
Rubio drives in and fouled by La Provitola. Three fouls on La Provitola. Rubio really puts pressure on the defense.
I'll be curious to see if Spain can obviously hold on for the victory and the Naismith Trophy.
Boy, it's been so good for Spain. Rubio this World Cup. You know, we knew about him when he was, what, 15?
He made his mark in the European Championships.
But he is at an altogether different type of level now. And a quick pass down low, and Deck is fouled by Hernan Gomez.
That's 5 on him, so Juancho fouls out with 11 points, 5 rebounds.
And Deck, meanwhile, goes to a game-high 17.
Yeah, Deck, another, you know, we talked about Nando De Colo probably being the 6th man of the World Cup. Well, Deck right there behind him. Instant offense off the bench. Different kind of offense.
Well, all he did was kind of turn. He had his hands up, but, you know, the contact is there. Initiated really by Deck. And he completes the three-point play. Back to 14 points now, the deficit. Steal, here comes Deck for the two-handed jam. Here comes Argentina.
Oh, the foul on La Provitola.
And that is number 4.
That's free throws.
Also, they are over the limit, so Rubio goes to the line.
But how about the fact that Deck and La Provitola, 35 points combined out of the 66. You see the 2 high-flying ones right there. But those 2 have come to play. Can't fault their effort.
Spain are being made to work for the entire 40 minutes to get this win. Their lead has been cut to 12. Now it's back up to 13. They've been in front in this game by as many as 22 points. So you have to salute Argentina for continuing to work and believe. The Rubio's free throws take it back up to a 14-point advantage. Campazzo for 3, that's short. And Rudy Fernandez flies in for the rebound.
8 rebounds now for Rudy.
Rubio bounce pass to Gasol. Scola now brings it up, and the 39-year-old Argentina basketball icon can't get it to go. It'll be Argentina ball. Tremendous effort.
And these were the plays that Scola was making the other night. There you see, just can't quite finish.
Great defense.
Heck, fortunate to not be called for a loose ball foul.
Argentina's players on the bench looking on, hopefully. foul called on Ribas.
His fifth.
So he's out of the game, and Yule comes back in.
Of course, Yule has 4, so Spain definitely being called for the fouls, but it's 25 fouls on Spain. There's 24 fouls being called on Argentina. It's definitely even on that front.
Well, let's just say it's a physical game. There's a lot of contact out there. Timeout. 4:29 remaining. Spain on top, 80-66.
So La Provitora will head to the free throw line once again. Looking to add his point total. He's 5 of 6.
But look at Deck. It's all hands on deck.
Indeed.
And he makes the first one. I can't, you could not have asked for a better performance from La Provitora tonight. He has been utterly sensational for Argentina. $17 points for him. Now they're chasing Rubio. Rudy keeps it away from Campasso. They know what he's like. They play with him every day in practice in Madrid. And Scola reaches over and fouls Gasol, who now has 2 free throws.
Scola being aggressive, going for the steal. It's obviously desperation time now for Argentina. Gasol with a chance to go into double figures.
And this is the first one.
This is both. Wow. So great foul in the end by Scola. Oh, not believe what that almost lost it, but look who's there to save the day.
Deck is. And now Deck gets him down low, whips the pass to Brasino, guarded by Rudy. Over to Scola for 3.
Oh, Campasso.
Now Rubio has it on the wing. And Spain happy to take a few seconds off the clock here.
Scola now 0 of 5 from 3, and he just wasn't missing any of those in the quarters and semis. Good
defense, Brasino, but late in the shot clock called for his 5th foul. That fast start by Spain has made them extremely hard to reel in tonight. It was really imperative for Spain to have that start, I think, because if you allow Argentina to have it, to build that confidence, that's when they become even more dangerous. But Spain got on top, and they have been excellent. Even with the runs from Argentina, Spain getting some execution. And here's Gasol showing, yes, indeed, he can shoot free throws after those rare misses.
Now the 5th Spanish player in double figures. Keep talking about their offensive balance.
Campasso. And obviously the presence of Gasol affected the shot. Rubio cleverly gets it over to Rudy. He's been brilliant tonight.
He's been coaching a double-double. Doesn't often get those for Spain, but chance here tonight.
And Yule drives in and banks it in, and Spain now lead by 16. Deck goes baseline. Boy, his stock clearly rising. Invest now, I would advise you. Before it goes out of sight. Here is Gasol. Vildoza, now he has 4 fouls.
A lot of reaching in this game, and the referees calling most of them.
Celebrations already underway amongst the Spanish fans. They are within touching distance, they believe, of a 2nd world title. Great sporting nation, really, in basketball. I mean, it doesn't matter, really. They got so many good teams in so many different sports. Great individual athletes, but this Spain team is right there at the top.
Well, thanks to guys like Gasol, can't talk enough about his semifinal performance. 33 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in that one. Here, once again, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a couple blocks. There's another one.
Gets inside, and now the foul called on Scola, who just hasn't been able to make the desired impact tonight. And
you see the block again by Gasol. Scola coming over the back. So they'll just walk it down. 2 more free throws for Gasol. That's his 8th ones in the 4th quarter.
Scola experienced that disappointment back in 2002 when they really believed they were going to win that title. But lost in overtime to Yugoslavia in Indianapolis. And here he is 17 years later. And really it looks inevitable here as Spain just have bent a little bit, but they haven't broken. And now Gasol pushing the lead back up to 17 and now 18 points.
Well, Spain has led since the opening tip. Argentina hasn't been able to get back into the game as Deck, nope.
Paso hoping that he might get a foul called as he attempted to put back. Cafaro is going to come into the game, I guess, for Scola, and there should be a lot of applause for Scola as he exits the court. Bradivo also is going to come in. Here is Yule driving down the lane. And Spain, well, the fiesta has started. Bounce pass, oh, look at that. Threw it right between the legs again. Through Claver this time, he nutmegged it. So Cafaro will indeed come in for Scola, and Bradivo comes in for Campazzo. And there's going to be a lot of cheers for both of those guys as they exit the court.
Well, standing ovations around the gym from the likes of Ginobili, Kobe Bryant, Chris Bosh, for both Scola and Campazzo. And that just shows you the respect that those 2 players have garnered, not just in this World Cup, but
around the world.
Yep.
Rubio for 3. That's good. And he turns around and he can feel it.
That's what they call the dagger.
Cafaro catches it before it goes out of bounds. Rubio, you know, Rubio has gotten silver medals at Olympics. He's gotten gold. You know, he's finished the top of the podium at Eurobaskets. But this is going to be his greatest achievement, really. A World Cup win, the Naismith Trophy. Now we're seeing Javier Beirán, Kino Colom, and Xavi Rabaseda come in, vital contributors in the European qualifiers campaign, along with Willier Gomez and Pierre Oriola. And Vildoza's pass goes off of La Provitola and out of bounds. You go back and you look at how Spain approached this whole process right before the November qualifiers in 2017. Of course, before Eurobasket 2017, they announced 2 squads. They announced the Eurobasket squad, and they also announced the squad that was going to play in the European qualifiers. They went into the European qualifiers. They had a tough group with Montenegro, with Slovenia, with Belarus.
Latvia, I believe.
And then they played Latvia in the next round. And, you know, they just had a plan from the very beginning how they wanted to approach this. That was the key. They had a plan, even with a lot of these frontline guys not there. And they came out and they won a lot of games. And it's culminating here with this incredible moment. The second world title for the country, and it has been decisive, although Argentina has certainly given them a fight. Victor Claver there and Walter Gomez celebrating, and you can only be happy for those players in Spain. Kino Colom. Kino Colom, #1, really probably the big star in their European qualifiers campaign, turns it over. Yeah, you're up. 21-year-old has it. No look pass to Caisi. And now Cafaro. Redivo comes out and hits the three. Well, that's what he did during the Americas qualifiers. He's a big-time scorer in Spain as well, Redivo.
Staying out of bounds.
And Rudy Fernandez, like Marc Gasol, you know, back in 2006, really was probably remembered for being on the other end of those alley-oop passes from Sergio Rodriguez. Tonight, he has been the all-round battler for Spain. Look at these guys coming off the bench. Just so much quality in that Spanish national team setup. It's no surprise they're #2 in the FIBA World Ranking, presented by Nike.
Exactly. Hernan Gomez, now #6. 6 players for Spain in this final, stepping up 10+ points.
Javier Bayron. Great to see him get some minutes. Spanish basketball, folks. Whether you like it or not, they are back on top of the basketball world tonight. Sergio Hernandez congratulates Sergio Scariolo. And both teams congratulate each other. It's been a magnificent World Cup. There's no doubt these were the 2 teams that really distinguished themselves as the best, and Spain just had too much tonight. They had the great start. They've come out and they have proven once again they are indeed the best.